Hi, so in this video I'm going to show you how I paste my data from my local database, that is SQL Server, these data, and from the API that I made. For this I used Visual Studio 2017, and I used the Edio.NET Entity Framework and stored the data in using the REST API. So I'm going to tell you how I did this. So first of all, I'll show you my data. This is the data. These are the data that I want to show in the REST API. So I am using a web API and calling it from the web API and displaying these data out there. So in order to do this, you have to first go to Visual Studio, and I've already made a project that does this. That is this MQTT project. But I'll tell you how I did this. So first, just for the demo purpose, first you have to make a project. Just hold on for a moment. You have to make a project in Edio.NET framework. So just go and add a new project. So here you'll make a web project. So it will be a web application. Give your name and give the name of the project, whatever you like. So I'll say MQTT data fetch, MQTT data. Okay. So this will be a web API. Choose web API. We are not using MVC pattern here. We are using web API, and just click OK. So the project will be made. The name of the project would be MQTT data. So as you can see, there will be a basic MVC pattern in order to fetch, do request response with the API that we are going to create. So after this, we are going to connect our database with this project, with this entity framework, and for that we'll use the entity framework provided by the Visual Studio. This will take a bit long time, so just hold on for a moment. So yeah, the project MQTT data is being created right now. For the moment, I'll just show you how the data will be created. Since Visual Studio it is taking a long time. So it is adding the frameworks and the libraries in order to build it. So it downloads all the libraries. So it is adding right now jQuery, everything it does. So it is really useful in order to do this project like that. As you can see, the folder structure is like there is properties, app data, app start. You can see the route information in the app start, how the app will be started. First, if you call the app start, there you can see the route configurations and everything. Just I won't go in detail about this. So here you have to now you have to do the connection with the with your database, the database that I am in my local host. So for that, just open, just right click on the project, then add a class library that I'm going to show you right now. So just add new item. This will be a class library. So just let me oh sorry, data. Yeah, this will be Edio.NET entity model. Give your model name anything you like. So I'll be giving model 1. This is for just for the demo purpose. I've already done that in MQTT. So it will open the edited.NET entity model. With this model we are okay. So here it is, AF designer from database, entity framework designing from database. So we'll do this. So this is the database that I have in my, this is the connection that I have right now. I set up this connection. You can see the connection string, save connection string web.config as node data entities. This is the data connection that I saved. If you want to connect with the new database, then you can go to new database and you can write this Microsoft server call and your what is the name of your server where the Microsoft SQL Server is running. You can write the name of the call to the name of the server and just test the connection and it will be all fine. Okay, I'll just so you can write the name of the server there and it will just, I already did that. So here you go to next, and do you want to use entity framework? I will be using entity framework 6. And just which database objects do you want to include in your model? So the tables, so in that database there is only one table, no data. Just fetch that data and just write it to finish. So here we'll see a table that it has connected. It will take some time. So meanwhile I'll show you opening the file. So it is right now opening the file. It looks like Visual Studio is not responding right now, but it will be fine. Just hold on for a moment. It's really behaving really slow right now. So basically I kept the database from here. So I got in a database like that, and as you know, I have to use my API in order to get this data from here. For that I will add some code in my controller, which will, so here's the database that I got. No data is equivalent to my database here. No data, as you can see, there's topic, payload, timestamp and ID. So topic, payload, timestamp and ID. So there I made the connection. So now in order to, I have to just go to the controller and write the code, and the code I'll show you here. Right here it is this is the code. So here I am using MPT controller, API controller, which inherits from API controller, and it will return what it return is that node data, list of node data. So using node data entities, I am using this node data entities is the class which is used for the connection of the database. I can show you the database here. So this node data entities is inheriting from database context. Here we are doing the connection. So as you can see here, it is getting the get set property encapsulation. Here is the get set property that it is getting the data from node data. So just go to the controller and it is returning entities that node data to the to list, because entities is a object, entity is the object of node data entities, and as I already showed you, node data entities has a function called node datas, and we are just using that node datas to get set the values from the database. So this is all. So let me run the program and show you the output of the program. So right now I'll just run this project MQTT. So the project is being run right now. So as you can see right now, I'm calling my local host from the API, and I'll just hit to the controller of my API. So here you can see the data will be fetched from the database. So it is responding a bit slow. Let me do that again. I just did this project, we don't need that. So I just build this. And run it again. As you can see, it is running. So here is the data that I fetched from the database. As you can see, it is identical to the database from here. So like this way I can get the data, post anything I like, do all the CRUD operations using this API. Thank you.